back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip, and today we're going to be taking a look at the crypto markets and seeing what happened at the World Economic Forum with Klaus Schwab and all the other elites of the world that are getting together in Davos, Switzerland, discussing some of the markets, what's happening across the world economically with businesses, and as well as chiming in on cryptocurrencies. That's right, guys. They had a lot to say about cryptocurrencies, and I'm going to go to that and more in this video. If you like what you're seeing, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep this content coming at you guys here. Well, let's just take a peek at the crypto charts kind of to start it off here. Set the stage for you. You got a $1.2 trillion market cap currently, and Age of Gods is trending as number 1. Terra Luna is number 2. Wowee. And you also got Bitcoin, which is floating right around 30K. ETH at 2K. It feels like we've been here for years, when in reality we've been here for a couple weeks, and we're kind of holding strong. But there's a lot of people trying to move these markets right now. People trying to move them up always, like mine and yours truly. We're always trying to be bullish because we love the projects. We absolutely love the idea of cryptocurrency, and you have others out there like the people at the World Economic Forum who don't love the promise of cryptocurrency much and have quite a bit to say about it. Let's just take a peek at that real quick. So currently, the World Economic Forum came to a close here this week, and it was hosted over in Davos, Switzerland. And at this conference, you had leaders such as Klaus Schwab, who's head of the World Economic Forum. You had other people like you had some folks that were the head of the European central banks, like Christine Lagarde was one of them that was there. But you basically have all the world elites, some of the largest entrepreneurs across the world, including heads of central banks, getting together to talk about what they think the world should be doing, the way that they honestly think the world should be shaped economically to, you know, spread prosperity is basically their claim, and how to operate a world in the most capitalistic way, I guess, with the best outcome for the people. That's what they claim to do. A lot of people have a lot to say about it, though. People do criticize the people at the World Economic Forum because, you know, in general, you hear a lot about people complaining about the 1%, right? The 1% is the problem. Some people say, right, that's not what I'm claiming here today, but there's always been shade thrown at rich people, right? The elites. And because when it comes to, some people say, a presidential election, right? Who are these donors for campaigns, whether it's the left or the right? You're always kind of wondering, well, what do these 1%ers, what do these people with so much money want from investing so much money into campaigns, into certain businesses, into pushing certain monopolies, even per se? Monopolies are illegal, but McDonald's is probably huge, you know, for a reason, right? To a certain point, connections matter, and all these people getting together in one room concerns some people. Now, for crypto folks out here, it's a little bit concerning what they're saying. At the same time, it kind of makes me lick my chops and get a little bit excited. I kind of want to see these folks that are handling the current world order of finance, if you will, a little bit scared for something new, something that could take market share from them, because it's not all about gold and the dollar and the euro and the yen anymore. It's also about cryptocurrency, and you're starting to see that. So at this conference, you had people saying, quote, here's the headline: a pyramid scheme worth nothing, not reliable. Crypto is being savaged by Davos by critics, and here's a list of who said what. So those are some of the quotes here for you, but if you take a peek at it, they're calling it, number 1, a digital pyramid scheme. So the International Monetary Fund Managing Director, Kristalina Georgieva, compared some cryptocurrencies to pyramid schemes. So, quote, she says, when somebody promises you a 20% return on something that is not backed by any assets, what would we normally call this? We would call it a pyramid, she said during a panel discussion on Monday. So my feedback to that is, you could call a lot of things a pyramid scheme, and saying that it's not backed by anything kind of just shows me that there's a misunderstanding of what they know about cryptocurrency. It's backed by the blockchain, and the blockchain, frankly, in my mind, is better than a bunch of really, really rich people getting together in a room and telling people that don't have so much money what they should be doing, right? So, I mean, it's backed by a blockchain. And why is this so important for us? Because we want to know all the transactions that have happened in the ledger. We want transparency in the way companies operate, in the way that financial assets operate. And you get that with crypto, and you don't quite get it to the extent that you get it in crypto as you don't with the regular market. So, that's kind of a point I have there. I mean, people have always wanted to call it, right? You had people calling it like the tulips craze. And certainly here, let me say this, there's some cryptocurrencies out there that are potentially a pyramid scheme, right? There are a lot of scam coins out there, and you have to be careful. You have to do your research. But when you're talking about Bitcoin and you're talking about Ethereum and you're talking about some of these top projects, now Terra Luna is another discussion. But when you're talking about those projects, these are not these scam coins, right? These have been around for a long time. They're proven. They have use case. And that's another thing here too. So Terra Luna is something that has been tragic that's happened recently in crypto. And they go straight to pointing in this article to Terra USD and Terra UST. And you know what? Pointing at that's brilliant right now because truly that's a failed project. And I don't know if you can see this up at the top, but there's another article here showing Do Kwon's proposal for Terra blockchain rebirth just passed by 65%. Here's what that means. What happens next? Well, what they're talking about there is they're talking about, a Terra Luna 2. They're going to do a fork of Terra Luna. I think they're going to move forward with this. And so we'll kind of see what happens with that. But, you could call that one a Ponzi scheme. And in some cases, there are bad projects out there. But something that has been in the top 10, like Terra Luna, and crashed and burned like this has never really happened in the history of cryptocurrency. It's an absolutely unprecedented event. And that's really the only one this can apply to. But it's really unfair to the crypto community and all these wonderful projects to blanket all crypto a pyramid scheme, right? And I don't think she quite says that, right? Some of these are a pyramid scheme, I think, is some cryptocurrencies. But they want to kind of blanket it over the others. They are throwing shade at cryptocurrencies here, clearly. Worthless. Speaking to WEF founder and executive chairman Klaus Schwab for a episode of Radio Davos, the European Central Bank president Christine Lagarde says cryptocurrencies are not currencies at all, which is, again, a very bold and uneducated statement. It's a matter of opinion, really, because frankly, Christine Lagarde really only wants us to use her currencies and the other currencies that she and her friends deem okay. Well, maybe we don't want to use those. Maybe we want to trade seashells. Maybe we want to trade Bitcoin. Maybe we want to trade Zilliqa or animal concerts. But that's our choice, and you can't tell us what a currency is or isn't, right? That is also an opinion. And that's one of the troubling things about an event like this. You have a lot of people that don't think like us that are trying to think for us. And that is a real disconnect from you and me to the folks that are at this conference, right? So that's some of my criticism on something like this. Another quote, we should call a spade a spade. An asset is an asset. It has to be regulated as such. It has to be supervised by the asset regulators and supervisors, but should not claim that it is currency. It is not. These are extremely bold statements. And who are these asset regulators and supervisors, and who, put these guys in charge, right? So they're trying to be able to control all the decisions here and saying what is and what isn't. Calling a spade, you're not the boss of me, guys. We get to live our own lives, right? We get to choose our own assets. If you want to live in a box, live in a box. If you want to live in a house, live in a house. If you want to live in a car, go live in a car. If you want to hold gold, hold gold. If you want dollars, hold dollars. If you want crypto, hold crypto. But they're trying to kind of cut it down, and they're finding easy things to point to, but these are blanketing things that they're doing, right? A pyramid scheme, right? You're going to point to Terra Luna right now. Worthless. You could probably point to some of these scam coins that have happened in the past. Then they're comparing it to asset regulators. By the way, when you see this and they want it supervised, asset regulators, I think a lot of us crypto folks out here do want regulation, because the sooner we get regulation, the sooner that we get an established footprint on the world stage, and we can really start to gain market share against some of these central banks and some of these other worldwide currencies that, frankly, eventually will die. Actually, you can even go over to what Warren Buffett's partner said recently and says it's safe to assume that the US dollar is going to be going to zero in a matter of many, many years, right? Over time, inflation strikes. You're seeing it at the grocery store. Excuse me. You're seeing it at the gas tanks. You're seeing it on the gallon of milk, on the loaf of bread that you want to buy. Prices are going up and your dollar's not going as far. And so it's pretty safe to assume that you got to be somewhere other than the dollar, but these central banks really don't want you doing that, I guess. So there's really a disconnect, guys, and the only thing they can really do here is go on the attack. Again, not reliable currencies. An investment, not a means of payment. Says who? I can pay for my cryptocurrency over at Jimmy John's if I want to with the swipe of a card, right? I can utilize cryptocurrency if I prefer to. Is that a smart choice? It doesn't matter. That is your choice. But again, they're trying to tell us what we cannot do. So that's really what happened here at the World Economic Forum when it comes to cryptocurrency. And you can really translate this out into the worldwide market. This doesn't just have to be crypto. You know, they really are attacking crypto because I personally think that it's their biggest threat right now. If we can just take 1, 2, 3, 5% of the market share of the dollars in the world and get it in crypto instead of the hands of the few, right? The 1%, then that's a real threat to them because they need all the dollars they can get to sustain the power that they have, to sustain the control they have over economies, and to maintain their wealth, really, and to keep the people that, you know, are on their level where they're at, right? There's definitely a disconnect in the world between the 1% and the 99%. I'm very happy to say that I'm part of the 99%. I hope to stay a part of the 99%, just maybe at the top side if we can. That's why we're buying crypto, guys. That's all I got for you in today's video. I am Crypto Kip, and this is the Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you like the content, hit the notification bell to get alerted of the new videos we have coming at you. That's all I got for you guys. Now, don't you forget, we got a DCA, hodl, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody.